Welcome back, everybody. Legit Vocals here, going over my purple order list from Sakamoto Days. I played it against Wobble the last week, and he posted a video, and it seems a lot of people in the comments are really wanting to see the list, so here he is. So we'll start off simple. We have our zeros, so we're on 4 Shishiba zeros, simple draw trash. Kind of just keeps the engine going. More times than not, we're going to use this to pair with our 1-drop when we get there to really fix our hands. 0-drop Osaragi raid target, but it also is a 2K, 15 get trigger, not 2K. This is the 2K. And then we are only playing 3 2K Taro Sakamoto draw triggers, so it puts us on 11 zeros. Overall, I've been happy with this ratios on zeros. I haven't felt like I needed more. I've been able to start the game every time I've played the game. We curve out into 3 1-drop Taros. These are, look at the top 3. You can bin 1. So most of the time whenever I do this, if there's a stack or a card I really need to get, then I pair it with the Shishiba to kind of dig through and break that stack. And then 3 2-drop Shishibas, because going first, being able to go play a 0 next turn, play the 1-drop filter, maybe play Osaragi or Shishiba, but go into this, so you end up on 4 energy, so your next turn we can go to play a doubler, be on 6, and we can play some of our big bombs that we like to play on 6 without needing to AP draw. 4 of the doubler Osaragi. It does come up sometimes in X draw it is a 4K, but most of the time this is just a raid target for us. Best double gen kind of like in the game. This is going to be Shishiba. He's a double gen, but then activate main. If we've extra drew this turn, he becomes a triple energy, so him being 3 energy by himself is actually very strong, especially when we pair it with this card and not needing to have to waste an AP. And that will be our color Osaragi trigger. So she's a 4-drop 4K, but she says if she's on the front line, we get to AP draw or extra draw without paying the AP. So that makes this live without needing to spend an AP, and kind of makes like all of our effects going forward really strong. Now kind of the bread and butter. I know there's one not pretty, but it is our woman Osaragi. 5-drop 4K raid. She always has impact 1, but when attacking, she draws you a card if you extra do this turn, and then if it's the turn you played her, she gets damage 2 and becomes a 5K. So she can really push in that early numbers against like big 5K decks, but also you can save her as like a late game finisher to be a 5K impactor, and also put your opponent in very tough situations. Our next raid is going to be 3 Shishibas. These are 5 costs. If you extra drew this turn, you get to untap 1 to 2 APs. I look at this guy as like he's just a final on a body. That's the only reason why we're on 3, because we ended up cutting our ratios. Now for our big bombs, we are playing 3 Old Man Takamuras. So these are, if you AP drew this turn, he comes in so if you AP drew this turn, you're allowed to play him. He can kill a site, that's what I was double checking. Kill a site, or he can sideline one of your opponent's frontline things. He's also is just a 5K body active trigger, so he does make kind of our lower end. All of these okay. Overall, this card has been very good. It lets you deal with threats on the board, or if your opponent is playing some type of site that is a double gen, lets you take it off the board. And the turns you have color trigger Osaragi that allows you to AP draw for free. You can just slam one of these while you're on 6, final, or play Shishiba, go back up to 2 AP again, and then slam another one of these. And slamming 2 of these is just the equivalent of having 2 specials in your hand. Plus you have 2 active 5K bodies to start swinging with. Overall, this card is put in a lot of work, and I like it. And now my favorite card of the deck, sadly he doesn't have an ult, but it is going to be 3X. So this is kind of like Old Man Takamura, but doesn't cost me 2 AP. This is a 6 cost 1 AP, just 5K impactor raw. Like this is just a body where if we've curved out, we can just like slam our color trigger in 2X and we look at our opponent and we go, what do you special? Do you special the thing that lets me AP draw and like kind of sets up the rest of the plan? Or do you special the 5Ks that are going to wall you out? When myself and my teammate Tanner, D3Tantan, decided to make this deck, we wanted to put as many lightning rods as we could in the deck, as that's what we like to call them for like specials, to take the attention away from this Osaragi, because this Osaragi allows like so much of this deck to do the things it wants to do. But if you just play this on the front line, it always dies. So we were like, what can we put on the front line to really deter people and also like buy us some time so we can keep slamming these big drops? And it just ended up being like this X. And overall, we've been extremely happy with how this card has performed. I've been extremely happy with how this card has performed. 4 specials, that's easy. 3 finals, like I said before, we tend to have finals as in the Shishiba as well, so we're on 6 finals altogether with 3 double action point cards. It really comes in, it's really nice sometimes where like if we AP draw, we get to play a final instead of playing the Shishiba, because a lot of times I'll just raid the Shishiba on like a 0 and leave him in the energy line, so that way I'm still at 6 required energy so I can start slamming these bombs. And then my last card, I'm playing one of the order. It's an event that lets us look top 5 for 2 order cards. So searches everything besides X, but Takamura and everything else down below. If I need impact, I can find it. If I want removal, I can kind of find it. I need more raid targets, I can find this. It is just also a draw trigger. You could turn this into another 0, another 1, another doubler if you wanted. You could turn it into the 4th copy of X or the 4th copy of Shishiba if you feel like you really needed it. But overall, I think it's just kind of earned its place, because like turns where if we went first and we're on 4 energy, well then first AP we play a doubler, second AP I pay a 5K, third AP I play the order, I get my combo set up for next turn because I'm going to be on 6 energy. So I go find like a Takamura or a Shishiba and an Osaragi. And it kind of allows me to really just get all the resources I need. When you're looking at this list overall and when you're playing it, it is good if like you can get your opponent down early to positions to where if you have the right hand and the right explosiveness, you can easily turn 3 going first, play like 2 Osaragis and like have a Shishiba. So I will show that real quick. I like to play this as like a stall deck, but you could play it as a very tempo oriented aggro deck. So you could, we'll just say you played, and then so you're going second, you went play, and then just set up a doubler Osaragi. So you're on 6 energy, you go to your next turn, you're looking at your opponent, you're like, what do I feel like I want to do here? And if they end on 1 body, you can, if you have like the final, this line gets way better, but you probably AP drew, so you're on 2 AP here, and then with 2 AP, you literally just go from, alright, I'm going to play Shishiba, so you special their body's gone, you're going to go back up to 3 AP, and then you can go here, and to here, and that puts you on, hey, I'm going to do 4 damage to you. It does make your energy a little lacking, but you're still on 3 AP, so you can do 1 more if you need to. So you literally can just, after that, you can set up just another doubler. Or if you feel like you need Osaragi raid, you just set up another Osaragi. Or if you want, before you raid this last one, you set up a color trigger. So your board looks like this. And you're just fine with like, hey, I'm going to hit you for 4. Next turn I get to draw for free, so if I draw something, but most of the time you're going to want to just set up another doubler instead. And when you set up this, you're just kind of sitting here where you're like, hey, cool, next turn I generally get to go to 6 energy, so I can draw AP draw, and then I can just discard to this Shishiba, turn him into a doubler, and slam like 2 more X's on the board, and then these are also going to draw you cards. Or if I draw a final or another Shishiba, you can literally just go push this for pressure, First AP, play any Shishiba that you have in your hand. Second AP, well, your final AP, you would just raid because you already AP drew this turn. Now you're still back up at 6. You went up to 2 AP, and now you can slam a Takamura. So you just filled the whole front line, and you're still going to be on 6 AP next turn. And it's overall, like, the things this deck can do is very good. I like to kind of use the 5Ks to wall until I want to close out games of Osarages. So I'm really interested to see what people do with this deck if people do decide to play it. If you have your own purple order list, I'm more than welcome to look at them and definitely give some of our feedback on the D3 side of things. Like I said, me and D3 Tantan really put a lot of time into this deck, and we really wanted to get results out of it. And overall, we are happy with how the list came together and how it's been performing. So until next time, you guys have a wonderful day.